Okay, this is gonna be a pretty quick one. I stayed at the InterContinental in Toronto. Yes, Toronto is my stomping ground, as this Blue Jay shirt would indicate, but I did stay in Toronto overnight. My sister had a booking at the InterContinental, so I decided to just kind of tag along and stay at that hotel. And honestly, it was a really nice hotel. This time I stayed on the 15th floor. The room number was 1536. When you walk into the room, it's pretty much like your standard hotel. It does look like it's advertised on the website, which rarely happens these days, so that was really nice to see. The washrooms were extremely clean. The water pressure, it was ridiculous. I absolutely loved it. I think that's probably one of the best shower heads that I have seen so far. The thing I didn't like was kind of the bed. I felt like it was okay. I just think I've stayed in better beds. I think that probably if I had to compare it to another hotel in Toronto, I'd say Delta. They probably have like the best beds. It's more my style. It's kind of bed that I sleep on. So for this particular hotel, I felt like it just wasn't to my taste. I thought it was a little bit bouncy when I'm kind of used to just like melting into the mattress. So if you're into hard or firm versus soft mattresses, that's just kind of where you have to take into consideration. For me, I'm good with a firm mattress, but I do still need to feel like I'm somewhat melting. That one was just very springy in my opinion, so that's just one thing I didn't like. The hotel also has the mini bar, standard coffee, tea, chocolates, etc. And you do have to pay for the stuff that's in the mini bar. It also has a nice fridge, which was good because we did need to store stuff in there. We had some water, pop, and juice and stuff. That was really convenient. You also get a really nice view of the city. When I say really nice, I mean you get a view of like downtown Toronto, the streets. So it is the one that's not on Yorkville, it's the one that's near the lakeshore. So you get like a nice view and it's very close to Union Station. And I stayed right on the corner. It's at the corner of Simcoe and Front, and then I'm literally like facing that exact intersection. If you need a frame of reference, look at a map, because if you don't know Toronto, this means nothing to you. The hotel room itself was very quiet, considering the fact that I was right around the corner from the elevator. And this time it was not a Priceline booking, so I can't really use that as an argument. But anyway, considering the fact that it was so close to the elevator, I'm actually really surprised at how quiet it was. Like, I slept through the whole night. I did not hear a sound. So that was really nice to hear, especially because it was so chaotic and it was during the time where the university fair was happening. So there was like heavy volume, heavy traffic and everything. I really liked it. Even with like honking horns of like traffic and stuff, you could honestly just barely hear that stuff. So in terms of like noise cancellation, that was like A1 for me. I actually did get a chance to go to the pool. I couldn't take a video just because there were kids and stuff swimming around, and it's really weird to have like someone filming your kid and then you got to get consent form signed and all that crap. So I did look at the pool. It was really big actually, and apparently it's a saltwater pool. I didn't go in just because I put my feet in, so I really couldn't tell, but it was a really nice pool and surprisingly big. It's actually bigger than I expected it to be. As I expected, the check-in staff was great. They were just really lovely. I had to check out of the room. I didn't check in, my sister did that, but for checkout, super easy. And because it was so busy during that weekend, they actually had like every station staffed. Usually when you go to hotels, they kind of just like have one or two people and they're just a long line even to check out, and it's just really stressful. So I really did appreciate the fact that they had that available. I really need to stop filming when my camera battery is dying. I was almost done anyway, but what I did want to say is I would definitely stay at this hotel again. I have stayed at the InterContinental in Chicago, Magnificent Mile, as well as this one in Toronto twice. And if I had to choose between the two, I would definitely say the Toronto one was better. I think the one in Chicago, I just had a lot of like issues with like the room and stuff, and then like our ceiling leaked at one point, so it was just like a bit traumatic. But honestly, you can't really compare the two. I've had two good experiences back to back in Toronto, so that's kind of what I have to go based on. So yeah, to choose between the two, it would definitely be the one in Toronto. I think that it was, like I said, really quiet. The staff was really lovely. And aside from the bed that's not to my preference, I still got a good night's sleep. And I think that the amenities that they provide for you, it's definitely worth it. And I will be staying there again.